Good evening. Good evening. Welcome aboard. My. We are moving down these tracks. It is already the 11th night of Soul Detox 2026. My. 11 nights. So we are probably about a third of the way in. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? We are one third of the way in. Are you feeling the workout? Are you feeling the psychological, perhaps biological, definitely physiological, spiritual muscle that you've been burning and building? Are you feeling it? Welcome aboard. Hi, Keisha Conyers. Thank you, Jess, for already sending in her super sticker. Thank you. All righty. We are moving on down this road. Come on in. I want to go over last night's homework and I want to jump in tonight to chapter 9. Let's see. I'm going to start with the introduction. Let's go there. Welcome to So Detox. It is our 11th night of our 10th season, and this is Own Your Focus. I am your host, Apostle Dr. Suzanne M. Howard, and I am so honored that I have been graced with the privilege to serve you with this educational, life-changing, mind-transforming, life-abundant opportunity to have this part of your soul, especially for these 30 nights. Thank you. I have a very good thing that I did, and I'm proud of it. I'm working right along with you all. And Ebony and I, we have our debriefing every night, and sometimes we're on the phone. I don't think we've ever done 30 minutes, but sometimes it's felt like 30 minutes because we're both tired. And then sometimes we're on to 11 something, and then her family jumps on and we just, share some time together, and it's been special. But last night she began to share with me how she decluttered because she realized she had some apps, and there was a possibility that a couple of the apps were two subscriptions to the same app. And I told her, I know exactly how you feel. I said, I see the bill come in every month on my email to things that I have subscribed to that I'm not using. And just to find the time to go in and either change the plan or pause the plan or cancel the subscription. Every month I get the email. I'm like, oh my God, another month has gone by. Oh my God, another month has gone by. So she said, well, I'm going to call you tomorrow and I'm going to remind you to cancel that app that we were talking about. And that particular app we were talking about was Apple, because when you are with Apple, I believe you get some type of music and stuff with them, but then you can get this one plan where you get the music unlimited. I think no commercials. You get maybe the TV app, share with the family. I'm not 100% sure on all that it comes with it, but I realized that I had Apple subscription because I pay for it because I'm an iPhone user, an Apple subscriber. And I also was getting charged for it through Prime Video, that I had tried to eliminate so many apps that I could not keep up with. So I started purchasing the apps through Prime so that I could keep up with all the purchases that I made through Prime. Talking about clutter, right? And see, cable used to be 200 and something dollars a month. You remember those days? And now we just pay for internet. So it looks like we've saved money, but they nickel and dime us with all of these little apps, subscriptions and add-ons. At first they were giving you one price for the app, and then they changed it. Well, if you want it without commercials, it's going to cost you $2 more to get this $8.99 app. And then if you want it, I forget the other thing that I noticed last night. But long story short, I stayed up last night because she put a challenge before me. You can't put a challenge before me. I'm on it. I'm awake if I'm tired. So I took the challenge and I went in and I started reading my emails for billing statements that come. And then I went into Prime Video, digital accounts and subscriptions. And I went through that. And let me tell you what I had taken care of last night. Are you interested in hearing how I decluttered? And I did this from the privacy and the comfort of my bed. I didn't have to move a desk or move a furniture or dust anything, right from the privacy of my place. And just look what I did in one night of saving. I said, "Hey, Eb, I did it. 11:52 last night. Mind you, I was up till 1 a.m. So I am plenty exhausted today." I said, I had my Apple subscription and I also had Apple through Prime and I canceled it. Extra $12.99 a month. I just canceled Kajabi because I was going to switch my service over to them for my website. I never took the time to do the transition. So I've been paying them for over a year, $69.99 a month. Save that. Then a friend of mine told me about this coaching site that she uses for her clients that was better than Wix. So what did I do? I signed up for that and I was paying that for $35 a month and never used it. I canceled that. And then I had this speaker, I don't know what to even, an engagement website. And I had that and that was $69, I think a quarter. I canceled that. And then I had a subscription to Amazon Sleep Sounds. That comes through your Alexa. That was $2.99 a month. I canceled my PBS channel. That was $2.99 a month. I canceled Stars BET, which was $15.99 a month. I said, so it looks like I'm going to keep my Apple, Hulu, Prime, and Netflix. I enjoy those. And I feel like that's manageable. I feel like it's good stewardship over the finances that God allows me to have each week and each month. And I also feel it limited all of the focus and the distraction. Some of them, I remember they had one movie on. So I subscribed because I wanted to watch that movie or that series and just stayed in it. I didn't even have the Stars app on any of my TVs. So I hadn't even been watching Stars at all. That's wild, right? But yet I'm paying for it every month. And then, of course, I enjoy Kindle, Audible. I told her I have Amazon Music because it's linked to the Alexa in our house, which I'll probably keep. But did y'all hear how much money I saved? $12.99, $69.99, $35. Oh, and I had a Zoom webinar. I signed up for this advanced service with Zoom that I never had the time to go and set it up so that you won't have just ordinary Zoom meetings. That was $120 that I was getting ready to renew in 2 days. And then the $69 with the speaker website and the Sleep Sounds $2.99, PBS $2.99, and Stars BET for $15.99 a month. I think I get a hand clap right there. Yes, that's a lot. That's clutter. That's clutter. All of that stuff. And I remember going to some of them and saying, "Man, there ain't nothing on here," not realizing I'm paying for it. And I would go in there every day and nothing was on there. I feel mentally freer, lighter, because I knew mentally all this was going on, but it wasn't that I didn't have the time. I didn't make the time because of the distractions in my life that I allowed, right? We allowed the distractions that took our attention because we cannot control what gets our attention. But when we're focused, we actually find so many seconds and minutes and hours within our day that we actually have time for. But it's the busyness, it's the distractions, it's the attention stealing things, and it's the lack of recalibrating our attention back to focus after we noticed that our attention had been robbed. Thank you very much, Sister Sylvia. So honestly, it's not just the financial part that I feel so good about, and that I do as well, but I really feel good in my mind, mentally. It feels like I even lightened up something in the house by doing all of that online. So I say all that to say, here's another part of clutter that I may have to add to the book. As far as a digital detox, is checking these apps, checking all of these subscriptions. Sometimes we sign up for the trial just to watch something real quick, and then we plan on canceling it afterwards, and we don't. I've signed up, as you heard, for 2 different website and coaching platforms that I never took the time to go and transition my business over to them, but I kept paying for them. That one of them, what was that? $69.99, I think it was. I was no $35. That was paid every single month. It was Kajabi, all of them, Visita, just a bunch of them. And now I've got my focus. So I want to encourage you to add this piece of homework to your chapter work and go in and get back what the enemy has stolen from us by this loss and this giving away of our attention. That feels good. So thank you, Eb, for telling me that you were going to be my accountability partner on it. And I stayed up way too late, but I stayed up and I got it done. So thank you again, everyone. Thank you for the encouragement. And I want to encourage you to do the same thing. I want to thank those, of course, that are sewing each night. I am so blessed by it. Evangelist Anna usually sows a seed every night at the end of a broadcast. And I noticed that she sent in one full seed for her 30 days. And I want to thank you graciously for such a seed that you're sown into my life for this work. And I know that God is going to restore and replenish everything that is due to you. I want to thank you for, let's see, I think I went into the wrong account here. But I see Latoya Gordon just sowed a seed. Thank you. I see Carol Israel has sowed a seed as well. Thank you as much. Usually I even ask if y'all want your name. So if you don't, just put it in the notes. Kamisha, Andrea Shields, Thomasina. Thank you very much. Very good. Thank you. I appreciate you all so much. And for the superstars, who is that? Rochelle. Go on, Rochelle, starting out early. So before we jump in chapter 9, which is a really good one, chapter 8 last night for me was the best chapter so far for me. Because remember, I've done a lot of this work and I've done some of this work twice. So this time doing chapter 8 over, I really, really got a lot of healing from that. So I hope that you all are getting your piece from this work. But I want to look at the exercise in chapter 8, what you had for homework, especially the audit. Let's see. I want to do quickly chapter 8, the reflection exercise. Chapter 8, reflection exercise. And yeah, let's look at that first one. I just want you to gather your thoughts a little bit and let's look at that. That's page 88. Your attention is not the problem. Your attention is the solution in training. You are capable. You are called. You are ready. So let's begin. The attention awareness check. Which of these attention challenges do you experience most often? What did you check in that section? Page 88, it says chapter 8, reflection exercise. What did you check off there? Thank you, Brittany, to decluttering. What were the things that cause your mind to wander? See, I don't know when I'm going to do a surprise giveaway. And it's going to go by who's doing the work, who's able to answer the questions. I can tell pretty much if you're answering it right now, or if you're like, in my notes, let me go back to my book and let me write this in here. There you go, Pastor D. Come on. Boredom. Wow. I wonder if it's really boredom. Because, you know, Candy, I was thinking about that last night because everybody knows I get bored. I make changes quick. I'm jumping on. A lot of things that I what does I want to say? A lot of things that happen in my life usually doesn't happen because I sit and think things out. I jump and I move and I make things happen. And usually I think afterwards, and then the fear kicks in after I've made the choice. I like the way I am because I think I eliminate the fear of failure, but then the fear of failure will hit me after I've done it, which for me is better because I probably would talk myself out of a lot of things. But what else? Frustration, jumping from one thing before finishing. Mind wanders when things get, come on, good. So what triggered the anxiety exit? What triggered the exit? When you were training your mind to stay, and you lost that attention, you lost that focus for a moment, What triggered it? Do you know? I'm reading your comments in the chat. Really good. And remember that every time your mind returns, you win. So count that as a challenge. When you sat at your desk today, or you sat in your office or your living room or wherever you were at today, and your mind began to wander and you were more self-aware of it and you were able to pull your thoughts back in, casting down every imagination, capturing every thought. When you were able to do that, acknowledge it, because every time you get your mind to return, it wins. It wins. All right. I just want to make sure you're doing the work. Let's hit chapter 9. I'm excited for chapter 9. Let's go. Every distraction in your life has a story. Chapter 9, Emotional Distractions. The hidden thieves of focus. You are not losing focus. Your emotions are pulling you into survival, because every distraction in your life has a story. Every distraction in your life has a story. We don't just lose focus because we are careless. We lose focus because something in us feels unsafe to stay present. So it's kind of making me even think a little differently in the congregation when you're teaching or you're preaching and you see people's mind begin to wander. And it's like, how could their mind wander with something like this? And the presence of the Holy Spirit is here. So this is something for leaders even to take note of. People lose focus because something in them feels unsafe to stay present. And it doesn't have anything to do with the physical location that they are in or the message that is coming to them. It's something internally working, which is called the nervous system. The nervous system is always scanning the environment, asking you, am I safe? Am I accepted? Am I enough? Am I in danger? Always scanning your environments. And when the answer feels uncertain, your attention leaves. Your mind begins to run. Your focus flees behind it. And it's not because you don't care. It's because your brain learned to escape long before it learned to succeed. Did you hear me? Your brain learned to escape long before it learned to succeed. You see, because distraction is usually self-protection. Most emotional distractions come from these areas. You're avoiding criticism, and you're avoiding failure, avoiding conflict, avoiding abandonment, avoiding discomfort, avoiding rejection, avoiding the feeling of not enough. Your brain built escape routes to keep you safe a long time ago. But now those routes that are there to protect you have become a stumbling block. They are now blocking your future. What once protected you is now preventing you. So there's 3 roots of emotional distraction. 3 roots of emotional distraction. And number 1, we all probably should have guessed already, right? Do you know what it is? Do you have your book? Put it on the screen. Let me see it in the chat. Number 1, let's go. Here we go. Right up on the screen. Fear. The 3 roots to your distraction. Number 1 is fear. What if I don't do it right? What if I disappoint somebody? What if I fail publicly? What if this confirms I'm not capable? Fear doesn't just freeze you, fear redirects you. It will cause you to make decisions in your life that you should not have made in the midst of an emotion. And one of those is fear. So you thought fear just froze you for a moment, or in time, or even froze you through years in your life, or completely froze you from pursuing that thing that you know you ought to pursue because of the fear. But not only did it freeze you, it redirected your life. It redirected your decisions, your choices, because you will all of a sudden find yourself caring about laundry, scrolling, cleaning, because those simple tasks, okay, just stay with me. I know simple might be like, what? Those simple tasks, they're mindless. Doesn't take too much of a mind to do laundry, to scroll, or to clean. They're mindless. All of a sudden, you finally care about the laundry, the scrolling, and the cleaning because that feels safer than succeeding. And if we're going to have fear there, what do you think number 2 is? What is number 2? That's right. Someone said it distracts me from doing the hard work. Absolutely. And you want to know something else? I didn't put it in the book, but you want to know another key that it does? It helps dopamine release, because writing this chapter, completing this book, going live, showing up for this appointment, trying out for this job interview, reaching out to someone and you don't know if you're going to get rejected. All of those things are fear factors. There's fear in that place. But I know I can do the laundry and succeed, and I will feel good, dopamine. I know that if I go scrolling, I'll get laughing at something, or I'll see something interesting, or I'll see someone who painted a fresh wall and the finished product looks so good that I'll feel like I did it, dopamine. Or I'll clean an area or a space or a room or the entire house or the garage, dopamine. We choose to do things that feel good because we're avoiding the things that we may not succeed at, fear. And so if fear is there, I see it on the screen, there's shame. The voice of, I should be better by now. I heard some of y'all say that in the chat a couple nights ago as well. And last week, I felt that many times. The lie of, everyone else has figured this out. What is wrong with me? Shame says, why even try? You failed before. Shame, I want you to highlight this. Shame disconnects you from your power. See, the enemy can shame you. He doesn't need to kill you. Shame disconnects you from your power. Highlight, attention follows identity. Highlight it. And shame suffocates identity. Woo! These 3 tonight are hot for me. Shame disconnects you from your power. Attention will follow the identity, and shame suffocates your identity. And number 3, guess what number 3 is? Let's see you put it on the screen. What's number 3? Good comments, good comments. Emotional exhaustion. Absolutely. Thank you, Alicia Moody. Emotional exhaustion. When your mind is overloaded, bandwidth. I only have 100 gigabytes and I am already at 99. I cannot take on any more. And yet I refuse to say no. I'm already at 99% and I only have 100% space, and I'm still taking on assignments. What are you trying to prove to yourself? When your mind is overloaded, focus then becomes a luxury to you. But unfortunately, most things that are a luxury are out of our money bracket, our financial reach. When your mind is overloaded, focus becomes a luxury, and it is one that usually you cannot afford. So what does your brain do? Because your brain is all about making you survive. Your brain chooses survival over your success. Your brain's not invested in your success. Your brain is invested in your survival. So what do? When you choose survival over success, it protects and performs. Escape, execute. Cope, complete. You're not lazy, you're overwhelmed. You want to perform, and your brain says, no, I got to protect you. You want to execute something, the brain says, no, we finna escape. You have a plan to complete something, and your mind is like, no, we need to cope. We need quietness. We need space. I just want to be left alone. You are coping through life. You're overwhelmed. Since we're talking about being overwhelmed, let's keep moving down the page here and let's talk about the mislabeled pain. The mislabeled pain. Many battles you call distractions are actually symptoms. Many battles that you call distractions are actually symptoms. So, symptoms of what? I am so glad you asked. Unresolved grief. Who hearing my voice today, whatever this day is when you watch this program recording, who is dealing with unresolved grief? Unresolved grief. Where are you? We're at the top of page 96. We're moving down the line. We are moving. We're heading towards page 218. Unresolved grief. Who believes that they are dealing with unresolved grief? Wow, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Feel seen. Don't feel that you're invisible, that you have this pain in front of people and people don't notice it. When I was in the transition period of turning my life over to the Lord, I remember I used to say, all these prophets are coming in and they're prophesying all these great and wonderful things, and people don't even see that I'm dying here in this seat. And the only activity that I have in my life is going to church every week or going to work. And I come to church because I'm waiting for a word from the Lord for my life. And these prophets and these revivalists are coming in and they're preaching the rah, rah, rah. When is God going to see me and see my pain and give me the direction for my pain and get me out of this situation? That's why I'm telling you, the move of God in church, it has to return back to the power of the Holy Spirit. It cannot be about fancy sermons, AI sermons, perfectionism. People want to know what God saved you from, what he delivered you from. People want to know, what is the Lord saying to me today? You have to pray and ask God for discernment for the service, whether you're preaching or not. If you're at the door, how can I minister to somebody at the door? Just grab of the hand or a warm greeting or telling them, I'm glad you made it to service today. Those things matter. Ministry is all over the place. And people we see now, especially on here tonight, are dealing with unresolved grief. Let me ask a question for those that are dealing with unresolved grief. Why do you think the grief is unresolved? And Ebony, if you can, I'd like to get the names of those who wrote grief on the chat. If you can catch them tonight sometime or even tomorrow in replay. Unresolved grief. Why do you believe the grief that you're dealing with is unresolved? That's right, Mike Rose. Rosa Smith, I see you. Yes, Patricia Wilson, come on. Yes, Lily. Never process through it completely was one person's answer. Come on, for those that are dealing with unresolved grief, I want to meet with you. I want to talk to you. I want to spend some time with you. Hopefully in February, if we could spend a couple sessions together, I believe that I can redirect and get you moving forward and out of this grief that is living in your life. It's not paying you rent. It's not bringing you joy. It's not attracting you the things that should be attracting into your life. I want to help you get healed from this unresolved grief. There's more mislabeled pain. There's chronic stress. Chronic stress, major. So many people are living day to day on anxiety pills, pills to wake up, pills to stay balanced during the day, pills to go to sleep at night, gummies to sleep at night, marijuana to make them cope, not knowing that what's in marijuana actually triggers the entertainment zone of their brain. So it causes them to go right into anxiety after their couple of seconds of feel good. Chronic stress, spiritual rejection. We might need to do a members night on that. Spiritual rejection, Ebony. That may need to be our Friday or whichever night I do it, Saturday, members only meeting here. And if you're interested in being a member, you look on YouTube, it would tell you how. I don't promote too much on Facebook. We're showing on Facebook because there are some people that follow me on Facebook, but Facebook is not where it's at. I'm going to be honest with you. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, they help promote your work. They help, they give you directions and support and marketing what you do. They help the gospel get out. Facebook is a whole nother, it's become horrible. And I hope they correct that. But we need to talk about spiritual rejection, mislabeled pain. How about abandonment wounds? Is there anyone else here that is suffering from abandonment wounds? Do you know that abandonment can also be a part of grief? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Abandonment wounds can actually be a fruit from the root of grief. You feel abandoned by this death, by this loss. You feel abandoned that mom and dad couldn't stay together even though they had this beautiful, blessed child. You feel abandoned that one of your parents was in an institution or in a prison establishment. You feel abandoned because something happened and you were given up for adoption for a better life, or your grandparents had to raise you. Abandonment wounds, mislabeled pain, perfectionism, people pleasing, emotional neglect. The biggest wound a mother can ever do to her child is emotional neglect, male or female, emotional neglect. The child is really going to come back and say, why didn't you buy me those Jordans? Why didn't you have a car like everyone else to drive me to school in? They'll laugh at some of those stories actually when they get older, but it's the emotional attunement that they're always going to remember for the rest of their lives. They're going to remember that when they look into the eyes of their teachers, their boss, their coworkers, the cashier at the gas station, the barista at the Starbucks, at their future husband or wife. They're going to look into those eyes and they're going to look for that emotional attunement. And when you have neglected that of your child, this is when they end up being with people who give them a false sense of emotional attention while abusing them 99 ways. And often when I talk to young adults or men and even women that go through these dysfunctional, toxic, even abusive relationships, they're so focused on this one thing that they haven't realized they're not getting 99 other things that they want, that they deserve. They ignore the 99 things that they want because they're getting that one thing. And it took me a little while to figure it out until I realized, why is this one thing more important than that? They're cheating. They really come home. You've got a chance of diseases. They're gambling and spending money. They're on drugs, embarrassing you. And yet you stay because you know they're always going to come back because you suffered with abandonment. And even though she or he is like this, you know eventually they're coming home. So you will stay with this person who meets your emotional need of coming home and ignore all the other things that are happening to you in that relationship. That's some deep stuff. I just gave y'all some good stuff right there. Betrayal. How many are suffering betrayal? There's some betrayal that you're still hurting from. And then heartbreak. Heartbreak. How many of you have heartbreak? This is why your attention didn't disappear. It is buried. And it's buried under emotions you haven't had space to process. This is why healing is a focus strategy. Healing is a focus strategy. When you're trying to move forward with a nervous system that's stuck in the past, life has moved on, but some of us admitted tonight we have unresolved grief. So our nervous system is still in the past. We go to work every day. We attend school assignments. We show up at prayer. We lead conferences. We lead the prayer. We preach the sermons. We exhort the services. We lay hands on the sick, and we're dealing with chronic stress. Your nervous system is stuck in the past. You just celebrated watch night. You came into the opening January 1st, 2026, and you moved into 2026, but your nervous system is stuck in the past. Because what trauma does, it rewires your attention. So you end up with hypervigilance, which keeps you alert to threat. So instead of the normal level of alert to threat, you're hypervigilant. People are like, you are paranoid. That's words that we would say to each other because you'll notice someone is hypervigilant, like, chill, what is wrong? Unprocessed emotions that interrupt the presence of life. And anxiety turns thinking into escaping. You cannot shame your mind into focusing. No, how bad you're so stupid. Oh, forgive me. I got ADHD. I'm so sorry that I have to ask you again. This runs in my family. You cannot shame yourself into focusing. You can only heal your mind into focusing. So you have to soothe before you can stay. With a regulated nervous system being the foundation, you can have sustained attention. When the heart feels safe, the mind can focus. My shirt today, it's not one of ours, but it's all you need is love. That's the shirt for today. All you need is focus. I need to make my own. Ebony shaking her head. Come on, did y'all hear what I just said to you? When the heart feels safe, because all you need is love. When the heart feels safe, the mind can focus. That's why this program is not only about productivity or discipline or your mindset or your willpower. This program that I'm taking us through this month, it is also about nervous system healing, identity repair, and emotional safety restoration. You should highlight those. You want to know what I do? You want to know what I do as a life coach? Multiple clients, multiple days a week, still leading a congregation, a leadership of about 38 to 40 people. This program that I do, depending on what we're working on, It's going to increase. It's going to help your productivity. It's going to teach you discipline. It's going to convert your mindset to one that is actually going to be able to handle what it is that you've been called and commissioned to do. It's going to help you with your willpower, but it is also healing the nervous system, bringing about an identity repair, and most of all, the emotional safety that you're going to feel when your life begins to change. Focus improves when you improve. We've been talking about procrastination almost in every chapter. So here's a deep truth. What you call procrastination is often your body saying, I don't feel emotionally safe to move forward yet. Listen to it. Lend it. Lead it. Lean into it. Love it into healing. Why are you waiting so long on that? Why haven't you finished that? Why haven't you answered? Why haven't you responded yet? They don't feel emotionally safe. And I don't believe that it's usually something that they're dealing with in the moment. Something inside them has not felt emotionally safe for a while. This is why they are stuck and they cannot move forward. They are being redirected. Now they're getting a reputation for being late or procrastinating or not finishing products, not being dependable. Lean into it. The next time you feel yourself procrastinating, the next time you notice yourself procrastinating, the next time someone says to you, you're really procrastinating on this, what is going on? Check yourself and say to yourself, we don't feel emotionally safe right now. What is going on? And when you start doing this self-talk with yourself, you're going to be surprised. The answers are going to come forth and with ease, because the inside you has been waiting to have a conversation with the world you. What is it that we don't feel safe about that is causing me to delay or deny? What is it that you don't feel safe to move forward with? What is it that you are protecting me from, mind? What are you protecting me from? Embarrassment, failure, judgment. What is it? Because we've got to work our way through this. I've got so many days to live my life on this earth, and I cannot be stuck in a detox all these years. I need to move and move and move. Each year we're doing a new one, but I'm still dealing with self-esteem or defense mechanisms, lacking self-awareness. Self-awareness, the ability to know, why do I feel unsafe? Before you enter any assignment, if this is you specifically, before you enter any assignment, ask yourself these 4 things. What am I feeling right now? What am I feeling right now? Is this emotion trying to protect me? What am I feeling right now? And what I'm feeling, is it trying to protect me? And number 3, what does this emotion need from me? Thank you, Carolyn. I saw you, Carolyn. Thank you, Cynthia Baisden. There's a couple more. I'm sorry if I missed you. I'm not feeling safe right now. So what is this emotion trying to protect me from? What does this emotion need from me? Can I stay with myself instead of running? This is a good block to highlight. I was even thinking of like 2 desk frames, or put them on your wall, that I was going to make, or ask this place to make, actually, because I'm not an artist. It probably would just look like, but to have this rundown on display on your desk, something just the size of this book, in a nice little frame, written out nicely. What am I feeling right now? Is this emotion trying to protect me? What does this emotion need from me? And can I stay with myself instead of running? Those 4 steps when you're struggling, when you feel panic, when you're procrastinating, when you can't get up and finish something, when you're delaying and denying and deferring, even when you're diminishing. These are the 4 things you need to really do a check with. And I think it would be really good if you had ministers, pastoral counselors, a life coach in your life that you could even pick up the phone or shoot a text and say, hey, I'm feeling this right now. And I discovered there's an emotion that's trying to protect me. And this is what the emotion is. Do you have a minute? I really need to talk this aloud with someone. This is why people have life coaches. Not everything and every season needs therapy. I have a client. I've started Soul Detox 10 seasons ago. I started out doing prayer breakfasts. We used to have a prayer breakfast every quarter at the church. And there's a woman who signed up and she still meets with me every single month for 10 years. And this is what she does. She'll book her appointment and she'll have her list of what she wants to talk about. I barely get a word in. She really doesn't call for advice. She relies on the Holy Spirit. We have prayer, but she knows when she calls, this is the stuff that I need to talk aloud. I need to talk it out loud. I need to hear something. And once in a while, there'll be a pause and I'll know when it's my turn to jump in and I'll know when she's working it out. Once a month for 10 years, she's been doing this. This is how you shift. And this is how you shift from fight to focus, fear to clarity, escape to execution. Attention becomes possible when your emotions feel seen, not silenced. This is why you can't say to anyone, get over it. You should be over it by now. You should be healed by now. You're making a big deal out of this. They're making a big deal out of it because they're trying to confront this thing and they don't know what they're doing. Don't silence it. Don't shut it down. Don't make them feel nullified or invisible. Attention becomes possible when your emotions feel seen. Don't be silenced. Tell your spouse, tell your loved one, tell your child, don't shut down. Don't get silent on me. Let's talk about this together. Otherwise, that is a broken focus. I want to pull you out. I want to snatch your soul from being unfocused and inconsistent and take you into the healing portion. That's what we're doing by day 11 now. You are healing. Come on, type it in the chat. I am healing. You are rebuilding your inner safety to let your mind stay long enough for your calling to become real. Top of page 98. That's where we are. You are healing. Come on. I am healing. I see you in the chat. I am rebuilding the inner safety in me to let my mind stay long enough for my calling to become real. This is the return to emotional strength. This is the return to identity. This is the return to you. Welcome home. You've got some work to do now, right on this very page, chapter 9, reflection exercises. This is your soul work. It starts now. You're going to confront the hidden thieves of your focus. You're going to do some emotional trigger mapping for me. You're going to do the escape route audit for me. You're going to work your way down and you're going to do the underlying fear finder. And you're going to work your way down and do the self-compassion redirect. Let's talk about 4 and 5. Yeah, let's talk about 4 and 5 before I let you go. We have enough time for that. 4 is on the bottom of page 99, and we're starting the top of 100 today. Number 4, self-compassion redirect. Imagine speaking to your fear with kindness. I want you to write a supportive sentence to your mind. Hey, mind, I see you're trying to protect me from failing, but we are safe. Let's stay here together and finish this assignment. Hey, mind, I see you're trying to protect me from shame. Thank you. We got this. We're safe. We need to finish this assignment. Hey, fear, I see that you're trying to protect me from abandonment. I'm not going to be rejected if I don't pass this. We're safe. We got to keep moving now. I need you to lock into that. Thank you, Demisha. Thank you. Come on and seed, because you see the time is 8:55. We're going. And the last piece I want to bring emphasis, but I need you to do all of these. The last piece I want you to bring emphasis to tonight, emotional safe space plan. Before entering a focused work session, I want you to identify these three things. One, grounding action. I want you to start deep breathing. You can do it in the car. Start prayer and a quick stretch. And then the emotional check-in with yourself. What do I feel right now? This needs to be done every day. Set it like alerts in your phone. Just like you have an appointment with the dentist or the doctor, set these alerts in your phone. This is the beginning of caring for yourself. Some of y'all had to correct. Some others, I'm actually in rebuke with you because you have no time for yourself. And I told you that is as bad as the person that says, I don't have enough money to tithe. If you don't have a tithe, you are already in trouble. If you don't have a tithe to yourself, if you don't have 10% of your day for yourself, you are already in trouble. Find the time to ground, find the time to do an emotional check-in with yourself, and then go over in your mind what is a tiny goal that you can finish today. And then start writing your plan for tomorrow and leave it in your workplace. You got it? I want you to get it done. Thank you for your seating. That screen is little again, Eb. I can't see it. I'm trying to stretch my eyes. Audrey Holly, thank you very much. Candy Oates, thank you very much. I see that Kamisha's up there. Thank y'all so much for sewing on tonight. I appreciate you. Our time is up. Please do your work. Let's speak this declaration that seals chapter 9's program session work. Let's speak this declaration together. The declaration is at the bottom of page 101, and we'll close with this. My emotions do not disqualify me. They are signals, not stop signs. I can feel and still focus. I am safe to stay. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Please continue to sow. We didn't push it like we normally do, but I need you to know that this needs to be part of the plan of giving and sowing. When people give to you materially, psychologically, we are supposed to return that seed to them in materially. And I want you to understand that this is prayed for and covered and designed to bring back an abundant return to you. I pray and I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. God bless you. Take a check at our website. Take a look at it for me, please, will you? And have a good night.